Nopperapon. In ancient times, the hill of Hakkedzaka, near the city of Kumamoto, was a quiet and desolate place. There was a rumor that a witch-werewolf appeared there. At the very top of the hill and at its base, there were identical tea houses. Every traveler, before reaching Kumamoto, would invariably stop at the tea house atop the hill. Sipping hot tea, filled with joy and cheer, they would gaze down upon the city. And when leaving Kumamoto, each traveler would visit the tea house at the hill's base, mentally bidding farewell to the city. Once, a man made a vow to visit 1,000 temples. After long wanderings, he arrived in Kumamoto. Upon reaching the hill's summit, the pilgrim stopped and sighed with relief as he saw the city's rooftops below. "Let me rest for a while," he thought, and entered the tea house. Inside, the pilgrim noticed a woman in the depths of the house, her back turned to him, working on something. Adjusting the straps of his sandals, he asked, "Hostess, may I have something hot?" "Of course, right away," the woman replied without turning. The pilgrim wished to engage in conversation. Then he remembered a story he had heard on the road. "Listen, hostess, is this not Hakkedzaka Hill?" "Yes, indeed it is, the very same." "I heard that a witch-werewolf used to inhabit this place in the past. Does she still appear here?" "She appears quite often." "Oh, tell me, what does she look like?" the curious pilgrim asked, glancing at the hostess. "The witch? What does she look like? She looks like this." With these words, she abruptly turned towards the guest. He looked at her and, screaming in horror, rushed out of the tea house, forgetting his travel bag. Instead of a face, the woman had a smooth, featureless sphere. There were no eyes, no eyebrows, no mouth, no nose. The pilgrim dashed down the hill, reached the base, and almost without memory entered another tea house. Gasping for breath, he grabbed a post in the middle of the house, regained some composure, and somehow made it to a bench. He began recounting what had happened to him. "Oh, I was filled with terror. I saw a witch for the first time in my life. Aren't you afraid to live in such a terrifying place?" "Me? Not at all," the woman replied without turning. "Really? I was so close to death from fear. Just thinking about it sends chills down my spine." Suddenly the woman asked, "Is the witch by any chance similar to me?" and turned towards the traveler. He looked at the hostess, and just like the other woman, instead of face, Nopperapon. No eyes, no mouth, no eyebrows, no nose, as if a fish bladder hung from her neck. The pilgrim's hair stood on end from terror. Trembling all over, his teeth chattering, he rushed out of the tea house in a frenzy and raced towards the city, away from the terrifying hill. The Rabbit Reader read for you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and dream.